Digvijay, AVP Nargis for the intro. Guys, I'm here today to speak about a very, very important topic called in-service. All right. Now, what is in-service? Because you always hear it, right? When you joined this business, I am sure when there is a training in your team, okay, your team leader will ask you, okay, I want few in-service to do this and that. That means basically, guys, what we have learned, all right, throughout these 22 years of existence, right, that we do not engage people from outside to do things for us. Meaning, if you see like this VCon, this whole VCon, right or not, is run by the networkers or the corporate team, be QNet, the V, all right? But it's homemade. So like you see all the people who are shooting the videos, who are getting the AV done, who's helping you with the translation. I'm sure you heard people are translating you wherever you are, the languages and all that. These are all none by IRs. That means networker just like you and me. All right, so that is what everything is homemade. So this unique concept, all right, started way back when this whole company started. And started by who? Yes, your guess is right. None other than our founders, Dato Sri Vijayeshwaran and Jabadas Bismarck. These two gentlemen said, if we want to build this company, we have to instill this value, one value called in-service in every IR who joins the business. Well, what is in-service? In-service is something that you come out to help out. That means you pay back. You cannot just take, everything you want to take. Yes, whatever yours, you can take it. But how it came to you as well, you mustn't forget, there's a lot of people involved, whatever you have today. Let me take you back in your journey so that you understand this concept in-service a bit more in detail. In your life, who is the biggest in-service? You take a moment and think about it. The biggest in-service in your life, you know who? Is your mom. Your parents. Let's talk about mom. Your mom is in-service. Basically, she does everything for you, right? Not when you were a kid. You don't even know how to feed yourself or clean yourself or shower. She did that. And does she take the day off? No. It's every day and every time. Well, whether she is ill, tired, or whatever, but doing her duty towards her kid, that is you and me, our moms, never failed. They will wake up in the wee hours when we cry, they are there. And remember the first thing when we are down or whatever, mom is the word come on, right or not? But that is the real good example of in-service is our mother. Now let's look at the icon or the father of India, Mahatma Gandhi. All right, he's in service. But he got the whole nation to get independence from the country, and he didn't ask. He never took any position in the government, no political position, and he wasn't rich. All right, so in service has to instill. If you see people who work, do their duties in the temples, in the churches, in the mosques, doesn't matter. All right, voluntary, or we call, like we have a concept called rhythm, right? RYTHM, raise yourself to help mankind by Rhythm Foundation. What is that? This is also being in service. Volunteers going and helping the needies. All right. But when we started, or when Dato Sri and Japa started this concept way back in the V, many years back, all right, when in the beginning, all right, let me tell you something. I still remember one of the anniversaries we had, those days, you know, we are not as big as what we are today. Those days were smaller. It's from small, it became bigger, right or not? And I remember at one time, we had a cruise, all right? A cruise from Kuala Lumpur, go towards Thailand and come back, all right? Now all are checking in. And that time, because the checking time was so, together, it wasn't staggered and all that, all right? Dato Sri and Japa folded their sleeve and became in service. I remember Japa carrying bags and sending to the rooms. Dato Sri was at the reception counter doing check-in. Why a founder need to do that? No, right? And let me ask you, how many founders you know of a company will do that? I won't say none, maybe they are, but the very few special ones, I guess. All right, so we have two founders which we call the special ones. So basically, so they instill this in us. So today you see why you think your team system runs smoothly. Why are events running around the world smoothly? Because there are volunteers, there are people who are doing it, which we call them in service. So the concept is giving back, serve above self. That's basically what it is. So now, way back we started and we created a unit among ourselves. Of course, this by the direction of Dato Sri and Japa, who gave the baton to Chief, said, run this, create an organization that it will carry, it has legacy, that it will carry on years to come, 100, 200 years to come. So what happened that we started a structure that we will make sure that this trend or this system, or you call it this concept, doesn't stop. So In-Service Brotherhood was created. ISB we all know as. So we do camps every year, whether it's Malaysia or Thailand or Indonesia or wherever the camp might go. But we do it, and we have now more than, I think, 4,000 plus ISB graduates from all over the world. So we do this program, and very interesting, all right? When the person comes into the boot camp and when he goes back, you have no idea, 100% change. But we know what's the most important? The learnings don't stay here. It have to reach here. So being in service, you have to be speaking and doing your action through here. Now, I just told you what it is. This in service is my life, and I will be in service forever to my family, to my elders, to my community, to my nation. Definitely. So I will be that. But let me ask you, I have a team of 14 people. All right, I will hand over to them, and then they will share with you what they in service for them, just in a liner. All right. Number two, he will share with you what it is, and then he will push it on to crew chief, and then you go to ACC1, ACC2, and so forth and so on. All these are handles, we call it. Like I'm known as number one, but my name, as you know, is Dave Joel. Number two, please share what is in service to you.
Thank you, number one. Being in service all these years has definitely given me a new outlook to life. It is to be a real human rather than just living a normal life out there. It is to be more caring, loving, compassionate person, to keep giving without expecting anything in return for myself, and also having gratitude for everything and everyone in my life. Now, because of this, I feel more responsible and stronger person. Now, to be in ISB, I feel is a blessing because I am able to contribute to something bigger than myself, and also to get a chance to pay it forward. Guruji?
Thank you, number two. Thank you, number one. What in-service means to me? In-service means a lot to me. Because in service, I become a better person. And then, because in service is always give me, okay, new knowledge, new learning. And then, to be in service is the place for me to empty my cup. Okay, thank you for all the guidance. Thank you for all the support. Okay, so now let's hear from ACC1. ACC1, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you very much. It has been 18 years in this wonderful ISB family. In service for me is loyalty. Is being loyal to our founder's vision and the mission of raising yourself to help mankind. I understood I can contribute more rather than just looking at my own personal network. Over to you, ACC2.
In service has given me the strength to deal with challenges victoriously, both in my organization and in my life. I am who I am today because of in service. Now to you, Intel.
Thank you, ACC2. All right. And what does in service mean to me? Actually, I like what number two said. All right. It's about gratitude. All right, in service is being able to give back. Dato Sri always says, service above self. And being in service has given me a chance to serve beyond myself. I'd like to thank the In-Service Brotherhood for giving me the opportunity all these years to be able to do what I'm doing. Thank you so much, ISB. Over to you, EXO.
Thank you, Intel. In-Service, for me, is a platform where I got an opportunity to work on myself. Now, every year, I keep on going for In-Service Brotherhood and perform my duty because this is the opportunity for me to be able to work on myself. The platform that provided by In-Service members has allowed me to keep on changing year by year, to bring out the true potential of who am I. DH1.
Thank you, number one, and EXO. It's become part of my core values as well as my DNA. So it's now my lifestyle and it's lifetime, inshallah. Pass on to DH2.
Thank you, number one and DH1. In service, to me, the fundamental core reason for me success in life and my business. When one provided unconditional service, one provided the greatest form of leadership and received the true love and loyalty of the team. In service created a deep bond of love, trust and commitment between me, my team and the world around me. Bring me a better person, bring me better human beings. Rhythm, raise yourself to help mankind. I understood the meaning rhythm when I was in service. Now I pass to DH3.
In-Service has awakened me to the fact that each and every one of us has a unique mission and only we can accomplish. We may not be able to help everyone, but everyone can help someone. What about you, DH4?
Thank you, DH3. In-Service has given me the clarity on how to live my life. A life of giving, so others, from my community to my family and my partners, to live a better life. Shadow?
In-Service has given me the chance to be able to practice what I preach, and that means being a leader by example. What about you, Bridge?
I will always be thankful to Chief, number one, and the entire ISB family for teaching me the three key fundamental aspects of life to be a successful person and the best human being as possible, which is the three E's: adapt, adjust, and accommodate. Right? And next, I'm going to pass this to the one and only Derek.
I'm in service, for it's my calling, my duty, my destiny.
So guys, now you heard from all of them, up to from number 2 to everyone up to Derek. All right? Now you heard from them why they are doing this. All right? They are not paid to do this. Well, we do it from here. We will do it with a conscious mind. We want to do it. Now, like I said earlier, all this is a concept of Dato Sri and Japa, who empower us, who guide us, who said that we have to do this, that this company has to be built with this concept. No other company in the world have this, unless now some companies already copied it, which is good thing to copy. Why not? If the whole world works with this concept, I tell you, it's a beautiful world. So I would like to hand over call upon stage now our chief, who is the lead bird, who is leading this group of people. All right, and we have another group people, Alliance, which Chief will discuss or talk about later. So Chief, all yours, Chief.
Thank you. Number one, I am standing here today trying to figure out how to express my gratitude to the in-service all over the world. The men and women you saw just now represent the DNA, the true DNA of Dato Sri and Japa, and they are the core in-service. We also have the second echelon called the Alliance. And the Alliance are your uplines. They are we ambassadors, maxed out kings and queens, who decided to take that step of contributing to the bigger picture. And you need to understand why the philosophy of in-service reflected by the core in-service, the alliance, and all the in-service members who have carried so many of our events and also carried us on the ground in so many markets. When Dato Sri Vijay and Japa, our great founders, founded this company, they used words like rhythm, raise yourself to help mankind. And they used this profound statement called service above self. And if you look at our founders, all right, behind me, if you look at the founders, you see today your uplines, the grand uplines of the V, Japadas Bismarck and Dato Sri Vijay Ishwan. And when I first met them, my impression was these are men who want to build a company like any other businessman. As I got closer and I was allowed the privilege of knowing these two great men, I understood their intent was completely different. And they told me, Patman, our events cannot be carried by people who do not understand us. That our events must be carried by ourselves, by our own people. And they led by example, as described by number one and all the core alliance. You talk to them. These are men who lead by example. They walk the talk. And I cannot imagine the founders of the company being involved in the most humble work that was required to run our events in the early days. Today, yes, on my insistence, they have to be edified because they are our founders. But in the early days, I've seen Dato Sri Vijay carry bags at check-in. I've seen Japa help out in every aspect of an event. What I know today of running an event, I learned from them. And Dato Sri Vijay told me that we cannot be like the other network marketing companies, where their top leaders sit on the VIP chair, carried on stage on a pedestal. Because Patman, that will only feed their ego and ultimately they will self-destruct. That we have to remember why we are here. Our purpose, as Dato Sri Vijay always says, is to serve. You make $1 million, don't forget where it came from. Don't forget your downlines made it possible. And for you to repay, the only form of repayment is service. And if you look at all your uplines around the world, you have seen them at VCon. The max out kings and queens